The machine does a lot of different types of stitch. You've got all your standard stitches down the right hand side. So those stitches are simply selected by choosing your quick preset keys, which are stitch buttons 1 to 9. All your utility stitches are here. So you've got 10 different types of buttonhole, loads of different types of stitch. This block here is all your decorative stitches. Then you've got all your lettering and more functional type stitches here. So setting the machine up to sew, if we wind the bobbin first, thread goes on here and that holds the thread on. If you can, thread the thread through the hole on the bobbin. Push it over to engage it. That's the bobbin wound. To load the bobbin into the machine, there's a little button there. Click it to the right. Thread needs to be coming off the bobbin on the left. Drop it in. And there's a little blade in here which cuts the thread off. That's the bobbin in the machine ready to sew. So threading the machine up now. All the way around. Use the needle threader, follow the last few thread guides and then chop the thread off. So I brought the thread all the way around to the last thread guide and then the needle's threaded, ready to sew. Right, ready to press a foot. We're going to use the machine without the foot control. And we're just going to use the start-stop button. Reverse. So if we choose any of the basic stitches, if we choose zigzag, stitch 4, blind hem stitch, any of the quick set keys here, 3-step zigzag, stitch 8, on the display here If we choose a normal zigzag stitch, stitch 4, you can see, looking at the front, the far right hand side, we've got the stitch length set on 1.4, which you can adjust using this up key and that down key. The stitch width is set on 3.5, which you can adjust using the left and right keys, and the thread tension by default is 4 for this stitch, and you can adjust the thread tension using this up and down key here. It's telling us for that type of stitch use presser foot J, and that's a picture of the stitch. So you can override any of that information in the display. So the needle up, needle down button will always make the needle jump up or down, and then you've got the thread cutter button. We sew a few stitches, press the thread cutter button, and that cuts the threads. I just cut them off reasonably short on the back. To do a buttonhole, take the buttonhole foot, unzip the front of it, find a button, put it into the buttonhole foot, remove the foot, and then place this bit into the machine. Need to get the top thread through the hole in the foot. Then if we just choose a standard type buttonhole, pull the button sensor lever down at the back, and then you're ready to go. Cut the threads. And that should have done a perfect size buttonhole for the button that we put in the back of the foot. So this is the buttonhole sensor lever, and it just pushes back up inside the machine. This is the button on the back of the foot which releases the foot, and if you need to give yourself extra space to get anything under the foot, you can raise the presser foot lever up to give you even more space. Then to put your foot back on, line it up, lower the lever, and it will snap back on. So that's the Brother Innovis-600. It's a very complex machine. There's lots of features and functions on the machine. 429 different types of stitch, 3 different styles of lettering, 10 styles of one-step buttonhole, extension table that comes with it, loads of features and functions. We've hardly covered any of them. But it's a good machine, it's well laid out, reasonably well made. It's got an excellent needle threader, Comes with lots of accessories that you're likely to need. It's a nice machine and capable of sewing just about any type of sewing job that you might have around the home. Lots of different types of hobby, from patchwork, quilting. It will do free machine embroidery too. It's a good machine.